Have you ever sat down to work only to find yourself scrolling through 45 minutes of short-form videos without even remembering how you got there? Does it feel like your attention span is being shredded into million tiny pieces by every notification, every like, and every ping? You are not alone. Our brains are currently facing an evolutionary crisis. We are living in an era of short-form dopamine, where our neural pathways are being literally rewired to crave instant gratification and avoid deep, meaningful thought. It's called brain fog, and it's making you feel like a passenger in your own mind. But what if I told you that your brain is not a fixed machine, but a muscle that can be stretched, strengthened, and optimized? Today, we are moving past the superficial advice. We are going to use the power of neuroplasticity, the brain's incredible ability to reorganize itself, to turn your mind from a scattered mess into a precision instrument. I have designed a 6-step superhuman protocol that will challenge your cognitive flexibility, your memory, and your ability to focus in a world designed to distract you. If you stay until the end, I will show you how to integrate these exercises into a 10-minute daily routine that will put you in the top 1% of cognitive performers. This is not just a video, it is an upgrade for your operating system. Let's start with the foundation, neuroplasticity. For decades, scientists thought the brain stopped developing in your 20s. They were wrong. Every time you learn a new skill or challenge your habituated patterns, you create new synaptic connections. You are literally building new hardware in your skull. Most people spend their lives on autopilot, letting their environment dictate their thoughts. But a biohacker knows that they can seize the controls. By the time we finish this protocol, you won't just feel more focused, you will have the scientific tools to stay that way.
Step 1. The advanced Stroop test and your executive function. You might have seen basic versions of this, where you name the color of the ink rather than the word written, but we're going to take it to the next level. Imagine a screen where the words move, flicker, and change size. Your brain has a command center called the prefrontal cortex. This is where your executive function lives. It's responsible for impulse control and decision-making. When you do the Stroop test, you are forcing your brain to resolve a conflict between two different types of information. It's like a heavy-duty workout for your mental breaks. If you can master the ability to ignore the wrong information in this exercise, you are training your brain to ignore the wrong distractions in real life, like that urge to check your phone while you're in the middle of a deep work session. Try this with me. Count the number of digits you see, not the value of the numbers themselves. If you see 3 5s, the answer is 3. It sounds simple, but your brain wants to scream 5. That friction you feel? That's the sound of your neural circuits strengthening. Step 2. The 2-minute monk, also known as Trataka. In ancient traditions, this was about spiritual enlightenment, but in modern science, it's about point fixation. Our eyes are constantly scanning, a survival mechanism from when we were being hunted by predators. Today, that scanning is triggered by the blue light of our screens. We have lost the ability to simply look at one thing. This exercise is the antidote. Find a single point. It could be a candle flame, a dot on the wall, or even a stationary icon on your desk. For 2 minutes, your only job is to return your gaze to that point every time it wanders. This isn't just about your eyes, it's about your attentional gateway. When you practice this, you are training your brain to enter the flow state on command. You are telling your nervous system that you are safe and that you have the power to choose where your energy goes. This is the ultimate digital detox for your focus.
Now, before we move to the heavy lifting of memory and math, let's do a quick brain score check. If you followed along this far, your brain is already more engaged than 90% of the people who clicked away in the first 30 seconds. That's a win. If you're finding this valuable, hit that subscribe button. We are building a community of people who refuse to let their potential be drained by an algorithm. Step 3. The shopping list hack and the method of Loci. Most people think they have a bad memory, but the truth is you just have a bad filing system. Your brain didn't evolve to remember lists of words, it evolved to remember spatial environments, where the food was, where the danger was. We're going to use a technique called the memory palace. Instead of trying to remember 5 random words, I want you to imagine your own home. Picture your front door, your kitchen, and your bedroom. Now place an exaggerated, ridiculous image in each spot. If the word is apple, imagine a giant 6-foot-tall apple blocking your front door. If the word is key, imagine your kitchen sink is filled with golden keys. By linking abstract information to physical locations, you are chunking data. You'll find you can remember 10, 20, even 50 items with ease. This isn't a parlor trick. It's the same method used by world memory champions to memorize entire decks of cards in seconds. When you master this, you stop forgetting names, dates, and the crucial details of your business meetings. Step 4, the second hand challenge and the Corpus Callosum. We often talk about left brain versus right brain, logic versus creativity, but the real magic happens in the bridge between them, the Corpus Callosum. Most of us are heavily dominant in one hand, which means we've let one side of our brain become a champion while the other is a couch potato. I want you to take a pen in your non-dominant hand. Don't just doodle. Try to write your name or draw a perfect circle while your dominant hand draws a square. This creates a mental lag that forces your brain to build new bridges. This is neuroconnectivity in its purest form. When you stimulate your non-dominant hemisphere, you unlock out-of-the-box thinking. Many of history's greatest geniuses, like Leonardo da Vinci, were known for their ambidexterity. By forcing your hands to work in ways they aren't used to, you are literally expanding your creative capacity.
Step 5. The Wall Street Math. We've become slaves to the calculator on our phones. But mental math is more than just a convenience. It's a cognitive shield against brain aging. When you calculate a 15% tip or a 20% discount in your head, you are utilizing working memory, the ability to hold and manipulate information in your mind simultaneously. Here is a Wall Street hack. To find 15%, find 10% first, just move the decimal point. Then take half of that and add them together. It takes 2 seconds. To find 20%, find 10% and double it. By doing these money math exercises during your daily life, you are performing a constant stress test on your cognitive processing speed. It keeps your brain sharp, agile, and ready to react. It's the difference between a mind that is sluggish and one that is electric. Step 6, the coffee shop filter, or selective auditory attention. We live in a noisy world. Most people try to block out the noise with noise-canceling headphones, but that actually makes your brain weaker at filtering. Instead, the next time you are in a crowded cafe or a busy office, try to pick out one specific conversation or one specific instrument in the background music. Focus on it for 60 seconds, then switch to another. This is called the cocktail party effect. You are training your brain's signal-to-noise ratio. If you can learn to tune into one signal amidst a sea of static, you will find that your ability to do deep work in any environment skyrockets. You will no longer be at the mercy of your surroundings. You will be the master of your own internal environment.
Now, let's talk about the blueprint. Knowing these exercises is useless unless you apply them. Here is your superhuman protocol. Spend 2 minutes one-point fixation, step 2, as soon as you wake up. Use the non-dominant hand, step 4, to brush your teeth or drink your coffee. Perform 1 memory palace, step 3, for your daily to-do list. And whenever you pay for something, do the Wall Street math, step 5, before you look at the receipt. That is less than 10 minutes of total effort, but the cumulative effect on your brain will be life-changing. Your brain is the most complex object in the known universe. It is the filter through which you experience every joy, every success, and every relationship in your life. Don't let it go to waste by consuming empty calorie content. Take charge. If you've made it this far, comment the word rewired below so I know who is actually committed to this journey. It's time to stop being a spectator and start being the architect of your own mind. The most difficult part isn't the exercises themselves, it's the consistency. But remember, your brain wants to grow. It wants to be challenged. Give it the fuel and the friction it needs, and it will reward you with a level of clarity you never thought possible. Don't just watch this video and move on to the next distraction.
Choose one exercise from this protocol and do it right now. Start the rewiring process today. I'll see you in the next video where we'll dive even deeper into the world of high-performance living. Until then, stay focused, stay sharp, and keep optimizing.